Welcome back to another episode of Maverick Showdown. Today we are joined by some of the smartest people on campus, engineers. I don't know how they do it. I tried. I failed. First, we are joined by the woman best known for saving the seas from the dread pirate lord, Sammy. Sammy, how did that feel? How was that fight?
Crazy, you know? The sea monster came up, kind of took down the ship. I didn't really have to do a whole lot.
Well, I mean, you saved the seas, so at the end of the day, and you're the one that lived to retell the tale, so
Thank you, I did.
good for you. Next, we have the guy who infamously recreated dinosaurs before they escaped from their captivity, Jaden. Jaden, how did you go about recreating dinosaurs?
It's pretty simple, actually. I was just watching Jurassic Park one day. I was just real curious if it actually works, so I went down to South America, wandered in the jungle for a little bit, found a mosquito and some sap, and turns out it works in real life.
Well, I mean, that's one way to do it, that's for sure. Good job on that, though. And finally, we have the lady who won Person of the Year this year, but dropped it for Taylor Swift. Caitlin, why did you decide to do that?
I mean, I felt honored to be second, but I didn't have a Travis Kelce, so couldn't compare.
I guess
Taylor
that's
Swift.
fair. Going into this game now, we have 4 categories, 5 questions per category. Caitlin, you get to choose the first category. What would you like to go with?
Let's do movies.
Movies. Let's see what our first movie question is here today. Name the actor of Mufasa from The Lion King. Any guesses here? We'll take anything.
Johnny Depp.
Is it Johnny Depp? Jaden asks. It is James Earl Jones.
I tried.
Which means we're still scoreless after the first question, and we will be sticking with movies. Let's see what our second movie question is here today. Who said it? Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Any guesses here? It doesn't seem like it. Looks like we will be moving on to the next movie question. Still no guesses. Still no points. It was Master Oogway. What is the next movie question then? What is the name of Rapunzel's pet from Tangled? Sammy.
Pascal.
Is it Pascal? It is indeed. Sammy getting our first point of the day. And you get to choose the next category. What would you like to go to?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Let's see what our first pop culture question is. What game did the kids play in Stranger Things? Sammy.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Is it Dungeons and Dragons? It is indeed. Sammy taking the lead here early as you get to choose the next category.
Sports.
Sports. Let's move on to our first sports question of the day. Let's see what it is. What NFL team won 3 Super Bowl rings in the 1990s?
Is it Pittsburgh Steelers?
Is it the Pittsburgh Steelers? Jaden guesses it was the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately, which means we'll be sticking with sports for our next question. See, what is the next sports question? What NFL team has the second most Super Bowl wins? Sammy.
The New England Patriots.
Is it the New England Patriots? It is indeed. Sammy taking this lead even further. If we look at the score, Sammy is sitting at a comfortable 3-0 lead at the moment. And you get to choose the next category. What would you like to go to?
History.
Let's go to our first history question of the day. What is it? What did Julius Caesar allegedly say?
Et tu, Brute?
Is
Et tu,
it
Brutus?
Et tu, Brute? It is indeed. Jaden getting on the board here with the history question. And you get to choose what you want to go to next.
We'll go to sports.
All right, let's go back to sports. Our third sports question of the day. Got to cycle through them real fast. Who was hit who has hit the most? Oh,
Babe Ruth.
is it Babe Ruth? Jaden guesses. No, it's Aaron Judge, unfortunately, which means we'll be sticking with sports. We have one more, or I believe we have two more sports questions, actually. Let's see our next one. What famous soccer player got offered a $1 billion contract, Jaden?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is it Ronaldo? No, it is Kylian Mbappe. Which means we will be going on to our final sports question of this category. What was the nickname for the 2008 U.S. men's Olympic basketball team? Any guesses here on this one? It doesn't seem like it, which means we will be passing up on this one. It was the Redeem Team. Which means at the end of our sports category, we will be moving on. Caitlin, you get to choose the next one.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. We are going back to it. What is it? Cycle through that. Which actress used entanglement as a word to describe their marriage with Will Smith? Sammy.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Is it Jada Pinkett Smith? It is indeed Sammy getting her 4th point here, and you get to choose the next category.
Movies.
All right, we'll go on to movies. Let's see. Cycle through them real fast. Let's go one more. What was... Oh, Jaden.
Oh my gosh, it just left my mind. Goose.
Is it Goose? It is indeed Jaden getting his 2nd point here. Let's take a look at the scores real fast. Sammy sitting at 4 points. Jaden with 2. And Caitlin, you're still sitting there down there at 0. Sammy, how does it feel being in the lead right now?
Great, you know.
It's a good feeling being in the lead. But, Jaden, you get to choose the next category.
Let's go with history.
All right, let's see our next history question. What Roman emperor moved the Roman capital away from Rome? Sammy.
Julius Caesar.
Was it Julius Caesar? No, it was Constantine. Which means we will be sticking with history here. What is our next history question? Who did the U.S. acquire Alaska from?
The French.
Jaden. Was it the French? No, it was Russia. Which means we will be going on to, I believe, our final history question of today. What is it? What U.S. president is on the $2 bill? Sammy.
Thomas Jefferson.
Is it Thomas Jefferson? It is indeed. Sammy getting her 5th point here with the final history question of the day. What category would you like to go to next? We have
Pop culture.
pop culture. What is it? Finish the vine. Mother trucker, dude. Come on, this was essential to our upbringing. You should know these things. Sammy.
That hurt like a biscuit.
That hurt like a biscuit. Is that right? Close. That hurts like a butt cheek on a stick. As we are moving on to our next pop culture question here. What year did One Direction break up? Sammy.
2014.
Was it 2014? It's 2015. 1 year off. Again, very, very, very close, but not quite there yet. And then we go on to our next pop culture question. I believe this is our final pop culture question of the day. How tall is Scarlett Johansson?
They're ready.
Oh, sorry. Jaden.
That's 5'4".
Is she 5'4"? 5'3". Very, very, very close again, but not correct. As we move on to, I believe, the final question in movies. What will it be? What is the name from the bird in the movie Up?
Kevin.
Is it Kevin? It is indeed Jaden getting a 3rd point on the board, and that will wrap this episode of Maverick Showdown with a final score of Sammy with 5, Jaden with 3, and Caitlin with 0. Sammy, how does it feel winning this episode?
So great, you know. Gotta prove my dominance.
Well, I mean, there's no better feeling, honestly. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this episode of Maverick Showdown. Thank you guys again for joining us today. And we hope to see you next week on an all-new episode of Maverick Showdown.